Welcome, this is your weekly COVID-19 news update. Hey, I'm James, founder of Health by James, and right now I'm going to take you through the most important COVID-19 news and science from this week that you need to be aware of, all in under 6 minutes. But first, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and click that link on the bottom right-hand corner to be notified when my new videos come out. Also, please help support my work by clicking the Buy Me a Coffee link below or by subscribing to my Patreon. Links are in the description below. In both, you'll receive exclusive content like more videos, my personal medical publications, educational content, and opinion pieces on the latest health trends. First, this week, the CDC released a new study that revealed low effectiveness of the Moderna and Pfizer vaccines in immunocompromised patients compared to non-immune compromised patients. Basically, the study evaluated data from what's called the Vision Network. The CDC's Vision Network is essentially a bank of health data that can be drawn from for research purposes. Essentially, 10,564 fully vaccinated immunocompromised patients were compared to 29,456 patients without immune problems 14 days or more after they had received their second dose of either Moderna or Pfizer's mRNA vaccine. This study looked to compare the effectiveness of vaccines and rate of hospitalization against both cohort groups from January to September 2021. The results? For non-immune compromised individuals with healthy immune systems, vaccine effectiveness was 90% with a 95% confidence interval. On the other hand, vaccine effectiveness was only 77% with a 95% confidence interval in the immunocompromised group. Those are the patients and subgroups who received organ transplants, stem cell transplants, or had rheumatic/inflammatory health disorders or cancer. Considering the results, the research clearly showed that Moderna and Pfizer vaccines were only 77% effective at reducing hospitalization for people with immune system problems. That said, the shots are less effective in people with lowered immune systems. Next, on November 4th, 2021, OSHA finally released their COVID-19 emergency temporary standard to enforce President Joe Biden's vaccine mandate from back in September 2021. Overall, businesses with 100 or more employees are required to ensure their employees are either fully vaccinated on or before January 4th, 2022, or tested weekly. To enforce the mandate, businesses must create and implement a vaccine policy that either allows or disallows weekly testing. Businesses must also pay their employees for leaving to get the shots. They also must collect proof of vaccination and enforce weekly testing on all of the unvaccinated individuals in the workspace. The mandate will affect more than 84 million workers. Finally, OSHA is in the process of converting that COVID-19 emergency temporary standard to a permanent standard. They're currently proposing a COVID-19 vaccine mandate for all companies instead of companies with 100 or more employees. Please keep in mind, a permanent standard becomes permanent. Next, on November 1st, 2021, a vaccine manufacturer named Novavax received emergency use authorization for their brand new COVID vaccine in Indonesia. It is expected to be authorized for use in the United States by the end of this year. That happened shortly after a clinical trial called PREVENT-19 demonstrated high vaccine efficacy. The PREVENT-19 trials involved 29,582 individuals from the US and Mexico and revealed the Novavax vaccine to be about 90.4% effective at preventing positive COVID-19 test results. Why is that important? Well, Novavax is a different type of vaccine, unlike the ones currently on the market. With that said, here are 3 important points about this shot that make it different. 1, it contains no genetic material. 2, it doesn't use mRNA technology like Pfizer and Moderna. 3, it is not an adenovirus vector vaccine like the Johnson & Johnson jab. Because of that, the Novavax vaccine can be transported easier and stored for longer periods of time at more reasonable temperatures, unlike their competitors, Pfizer and Moderna, whose vaccines require sub-zero refrigeration for transport and storage. Finally, Novavax doesn't contain certain preservative ingredients like polysorbate 80 and polyethylene glycol used in the COVID-19 vaccines made by Moderna, Pfizer, and Johnson & Johnson. Instead, the Novavax COVID vaccine contains 2 important ingredients. First, nanoparticles with spike proteins attached, and second, something called matrix M adjuvant, which is a naturally occurring plant compound called saponin derived from soap bark trees. A researcher blows the whistle on poor data integrity issues during Pfizer's original vaccine trial. The whistleblower, Brooke Jackson, presented evidence in the form of pictures, documents, audio recordings, and emails alleging substandard vaccine clinical trial standards. For instance, she claimed that company data was falsified, patients were unblinded, employees were inadequately trained vaccinators, and that staff was very slow to follow up with patients when they experienced side effects from the vaccine. All that is important because the end results could be changed. Jackson claimed she was fired shortly after submitting her complaint. Well everyone, that's your news for the week of November 1st, 2021. Remember to stay healthy and fit, and I'll see you next week with the most important COVID-19 updates you need to be aware of.